Hello again and a warm welcome to the Ref Show. Yet another good weekend for Premier League referees, but we asked the question on the show today, when are assistant referees going to come to the party? One man who needs no invitation to come to any party is with us. David Hirst, the ex-England striker and perhaps more relevant former World Cup official and assistant referee Glenn Turner. Welcome to you both. I was expecting a riposte from Mr. Hirst.
It is the Christmas season.
100 miles an hour. It's the Christmas season.
It's the Christmas season. Yeah.
Season to be jolly. We can extend lots of Christmas cheer to referees generally, can't we, Glenn?
Yeah, it's been great to see them stepping up to the plate after a bit of a tricky and different start to the season. They've certainly upped the game in these last few weeks. But it's a good question. When are the assistants going to start to join in, Alan? Because we're seeing far too many errors which really must not be happening at that level of football. Some of the errors that they're making are so basic. They've really got to start joining in.
Letting the team down then. We have one or two examples from this weekend. It does sound churlish to start on a negative, as the men in the middle have had a really good weekend. Only one red card. That was a red card, ironically, that wasn't, certainly in your view. That's Stoke's 2-0 defeat at Sunderland, Mike Dean in charge, Ryan Shawcross, 2 yellows. Your verdict on that? The second yellow is crucial.
There's no doubt about the first one. That's an absolutely nailed-on caution. No problem at all with that one. The second one, you can see from the path that the ball takes following the challenge that it's clearly come from Shawcross's boot. I've got some sympathy with the ref because he's chasing it, he's looking at it from behind. The person with the best viewing angle is the assistant. And here we go again. We've got an assistant who, for whatever reason, is choosing not to take his part within the game. He's got the best view. He should be offering his assistance to the referee, and he's not. Now, there are a number of opinions on why assistants aren't doing that this season, and they have done it in the past. Is it a fear factor? Because if they call one and get it wrong, are they frightened of getting dropped for the next week, 2 weeks, month? Are they just looking after their own backs and we've lost that team ethos? What is it? It could be one of those, a number of factors, but the bottom line is it's a team effort.
And it's a team game, and he didn't come to the aid of a good referee. And Mike Dean, in that position, would, different referees have different personalities, would Mike Dean, David, do you think from your perception of him, have welcomed that help or thought, hang on, this is my club?
I don't know Mike that well, but from watching him referee, he'd probably make his own decisions, I think. I think, totally agree with Glenn, the linesman should be helping out. The other officials are there to help the referee. I think, for me, it wasn't a goal-scoring opportunity. It was out the way. Shawcross gets the tackling. Now, to brandish the second yellow for me was the wrong decision, without a shadow of a doubt.
Would Mike Dean have welcomed that assistance?
Yeah, I know Dino, and he would. He would have, because what Dino wants is what every referee wants, and that is the correct decision. Yeah. Dino doesn't want to be star of the show. I'm making every decision myself. He's not like that. If you've got a valid opinion to offer, Dino will take it from you.
It becomes a big call because, of course, it leaves a player missing a Capital One Cup quarter-final, Stoke against Sheffield Wednesday, Shawcross's case.
Yeah, but if he's going to make tackles like that, though, I wouldn't mind him playing.
It can bounce both ways, but of course you can't appeal against yellow cards. Is that a flaw in the disciplinary system?
Yeah. Certainly when it's a second one, you'd think
it's a wrong call.
Something ought to be built into it when it's a wrong call.
Like you say, if Dino had gone to the official as well and had the conversation, a bit more time passes, difference of opinion, it could have been a different outcome.
It should have been, yeah. It should have been a different outcome. It's wrong. It's wrong. Why aren't the assistants joining in? Why not? That's the question.
Two of the younger referees and really developing, Michael Oliver, Tottenham against Chelsea, that was a goalless draw, and Anthony Taylor as well, who we've extolled on again in Liverpool's 1-0 win over Swansea. Is it athleticism mainly, Glenn? They're getting there for the decisions? Or what?
A combination of things, athleticism, but I think confidence. I mean, David will tell you from playing, confidence is a big factor in football. The refs are on a roll as a group. They're on a roll. They're doing well. You have a good game, you can't wait to get back out and have another good game, and another good game, and another good game. And that's what's happening at the moment with the lads in the middle.
From a year ago, I mean, this show was dominated by mistakes. And now we're in danger of being put out of work. Now, not everybody's happy. You can never please everybody. Gary Monk, the Swansea manager, was unhappy about the penalty call in the Anfield game. It was a cross, Neil Taylor handball. What's your...
Penalty. I mean,
no cause to be upset
absolutely
whatsoever.
none whatsoever. That's penalty. Sorry, Gary. That's
Maybe deflecting from his own...
Gary's under pressure himself, and you know, any situation like that, he's going to raise an issue with it because his team's getting beat. You know, and so yeah, you can see where he's coming from and why, but no, it was a penalty.
Lining, we go back to it because, and we've got very few areas of mistakes to discuss, but certainly one, I think, in Aston Villa's 3-2 home defeat to Watford didn't actually affect the result in the end, but Aston Villa's first goal, headed in by Micah Richards from a free kick, was offside.
They are the basic ones for us on the line. They're what we refer to as ceremonial free kicks. And when the ball's been played in from a standing start, and when I talk about a standing start, I mean everyone is standing waiting for the ball to be kicked. It's ceremonial. And when a player is clearly in an offside position, once the ball's been kicked, you've got to get those. They're Sunday morning Parks football decisions, I'm afraid. Yes, he's not a million miles offside, but he's offside, and they're not difficult to judge. You're doing it from a standing position. If we're getting those wrong.
I suspect the rest of us, David, watching in real time are thinking, oh, good free kick, good header, goal.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly did. I mentioned it, and you know, from actually seeing the header go in, never once did I think offside. Until I see it again on the replay with the line across. I think he got half a leg over offside, to be fair. I think I understand what Glenn's saying, that as a referee and a linesman, them decisions are the norm. As a player, as a spectator, we don't have that eye. No. You know, and this is where you're saying how the referees have improved. Okay, we're saying the linesmen, the fourth officials have not come to the party, but they're tight decisions in a game of football with a lot at stake. And I understand that as a professional referee, a professional linesman, you know, that is your job. But like I say, as an individual watching the game, it was a goal, no problem.
In terms of where these lads, their standing is within football in England, though, these are the elite. These are the elite assistant referees. They've got to be calling those correct. When it's a defender rushing out and a centre forward rushing in, and people are crossing at speed, fine. I can understand getting some of those wrong, but ceremonial free kicks, we have got to be calling those right. And I question what training's going off during the season, because this is where this should be practicing.
Couple of calls also in Manchester City, Southampton, home win that was. Roger East was in charge. Davis of Saints got away with a little sneaky handball, didn't he?
Assistant again for me, in the optimum viewing position. It's on the it's on the right hand side where the assistant's patrol path is. He's dropping his left shoulder. I mean, you know, it ticks all the boxes for assisting.
Saints have had a penalty, a handball call against Ferdinand, but it was hit hard. Seemed to make his body a bit bigger.
Yeah, I agree. He made an unnatural movement towards the ball.
Lots of well dones to referees across the board. John Moss, I mean, he's in fine form. It hasn't always been. He's appeared on this show for the wrong reasons on a few occasions. I have to salute him. I think all you guys looking at RefCam, our RefCam experts again over the weekend were saluting him. Martin Atkinson as ever, Kevin Friend, Stuart Atwell seeming to snatch his lifeline. You know, he's second or third coming in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's one thing being given a lifeline, isn't it? It's quite another taking it. And we've seen people in the past offered a chance and not taken it. So hats off to Stuart, well done.
Good to see. And Craig Pawson, who had the honour, Hirsty, of awarding Jamie Vardy's record-breaking goal in Leicester's 1-1 draw with Manchester United. That's 11 games. He definitely beats you now. Definitely, for sure. 11.
Will he ever stop? That's the question. I mean, I actually was watching the game, and I mean, the actual movement, the pass, the finish. I mean, the kid's in exquisite form at the moment. I mean, he's everything he touches. I mean, it seemed. I mean, it went a little bit low after that because everybody was hoping for him to get the goal. I think once he got the goal, the game sort of flattened down a little bit. But no, it's an absolutely fantastic record and a great achievement by a kid that you just mentioned there, snatching a second chance. I mean, look where he's come from, and I mean, we spoke about him last week, but You know, I was delighted. I posted my first ever post on Facebook
What?
for that goal. I've never done it before, and I was on my own, and I managed to do it. I got a few likes and comments, so I'm doing the right things. I'm catching up with this world.
Does the world know this? David Hirst, ladies and gentlemen, is on Facebook. I never thought I'd make an announcement like that, but certainly an appropriate time to...
Oh, hey, like I say, hey, 11, 12 round the corner, mate.
You can't see him missing, can you? When he gets in that position, he's going to score.
Well, it just proves, when he actually takes the shot, from the run to receiving the ball, he never looks at the goal. He knows where the goal is, and that's the main target.
I remember another player who was exactly like that a few years ago. Hirst and Glenn, thanks very much indeed. We've got lots more to talk about in the second part of the Ref Show. Join us for that.